Good morning, YouTubers. This is Tech Sergeant Mackey. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, sharp on the dot, on December 9th, 2023, and we are in Conneaut Harbor. And what we're looking at is the Walter J McCaffrey backing into Conneaut Harbor. It looks like a busy day down here. Fishermen down here. For some reason there is an RV over here and they got their engine running, which is some of the background noise you hear. I can hear over in Conneaut Harbor, I can hear them moving around and getting things ready for the McCaffrey to come in and dock. So had some other incidences of people interfering with my video, so I'm trying to stay away from other people as much as possible. But I have, to the right of me, there's a couple of fishermen, and to the left of me is a camper. So, to try to avoid some of the interference, I'm currently popped out the sunroof of my car. But enough about that. We'll talk about the McCaffrey. So, the Walter J McCaffrey is currently finishing up its voyage here when it docks in Conneaut. It came from Two Harbors, Minnesota, all the way up in the western end of Lake Superior, carrying a load of iron ore. Walter J McCaffrey is 1,000 footers, and it's 1,000 feet long and is 105 feet wide. Carries a load of 80,900 tons. That is a lot of tons. This ship in particular was built in 1977, originally named the Bell River. In 1990 it was renamed the Walter J McCaffrey Jr. after the chairman of Detroit Edison, as this ship commonly will haul coal from Superior, Wisconsin to Marine City, Michigan, and Monroe, Michigan, to their power plant, their coal power plants. Currently, the ship is loaded with iron ore, getting ready to dock in Conneaut to offload it. Once it offloads the iron ore here, it is then put on rail cars and hauled down to the steel mills in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Some, I guess, could you say, is kind of interesting facts about the McCaffrey. In 2008, while it was in Superior, Wisconsin, when it was preparing to dock, it hit a submerged object. It doesn't say what the object was, but it put a 7-foot by 4-foot long gash in the hull, causing the engine room to flood, and the ship partially sank in 20 feet of water. It cost $4.2 million to repair the ship in 2008 money, which would be even more today. It's a little windy. We have winds out of the south running at about 15 miles an hour. It's a beautiful day here in Conneaut, actually, other than cloudy. We have lake effect rain showers floating out over Lake Erie right now. We have a temperature of about 55 degrees. The wind chill is running at about 50. The McCaffrey is currently backing in. because the winds are out of the south, we have a very calm day on Lake Erie. On this side, the Canadian shore would have probably some good sized waves today. So it's a beautiful day in Conneaut and already a pretty busy day. Again, we're just after 9 in the morning. It's about 9:05 currently. Some of the wind coming in. As the ship is angling its position to back into the Conneaut Creek. We are late in what is the Great Lakes shipping season. But because we have had a mild December, shipping continues. In the background there, Conneaut's beautiful and historic lighthouse is in the background, no longer functioning other than its light, other than the green and red light. Ship, it'll take approximately, from where it's at now, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to get into the Conneaut Creek, give or take 5 minutes, but it seems like it's chugging along pretty good. I know it is a little windy down here. Unfortunately, not much I can do about it. That's just part of being on the Great Lakes. There's usually always a breeze. Great Lakes in November and December are pretty treacherous for shipping because of weather. But this year, we've had some storms, but for the most part, we've had some mild weather, which has been good for the shipping. Now that sound of that engine noise, that is a RV camper that is for some reason camped out down here where there isn't camping allowed, and they're running their generator. You can see there's still, because we've had kind of a mild winter to this point, we still got a lot of water birds, waterfowl around. Those are mostly circling around up there. Those are mostly blackback seagulls. I have seen several loon and ducks around here in the harbor this morning. I have not seen any of the bald eagles lately. A lot of the times Down here you'll see a lot of bald eagles. I'm not sure if they take off somewhere for the winter or but I know I'm seeing usually when I'm taking my hikes, a lot of animals that are usually in hibernation at this time of year are still out. Seeing these 1,000-footers come in. This is one of my favorite things to do, is get these guys recorded. But all of the giant ships on the Great Lakes, it's just a beautiful sight watching these giants come in, dock, go throughout the Great Lakes system. The 1,000-footers, though, they are relegated to 4 out of the 5 Great Lakes because of their size. They are relegated to Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, and Lake Superior. They can fit through the Sioux locks to get into Lake Superior. However, the Welland Canal in Canada, the lock to get around Niagara Falls, however, is much smaller, and ships have to be, for the most part, I believe, smaller than 700 feet to get through the Welland Canal. And these ships are gigantic. I say there's 13,000-foot plus ships that work on what's called the Upper Lakes. For the most part, Conneaut is their furthest west. You'll see them go, or furthest east you'll see them go, I should say. Occasionally there's a spot in Canada, a crossover on near Long Point, where you'll see, occasionally you'll see one go, and occasionally Erie, Pennsylvania will get them. And I actually have tracked one heading to Buffalo. But for the most part, they go from Conneaut west. Now this ship here was going to pull in, it's going to back into the Conneaut Creek, where it will get up to the ore docks. There's over here, there is stone dock and ore docks. We had Conneaut Harbor had a coal dock, but the Biden regime squashed that, and the coal industry is in a lot of trouble, as the Biden regime has just announced that they want all coal gone from the U.S. coal power plants, that is, from the U.S. by 2035, which will put Great Lakes shipping, it will definitely hurt them, hurt their business. They have, as of yet, have no way of replacing our coal power, but as they want to make more cars electric, they are also trying to do away with power plants. It's starting to rain here. Picked up as a squall line is starting to come in. Winds are picking up with it, so is the rain. definitely have a good sized shower starting to come in, which is not good because I'm popped out the sunroof of my car. It says the wind chill's at 50. Boy, it feels a little bit colder than that right now. Just to kind of show you a size comparison of how big this ship is. There is about a 19-foot fishing ship. I'm going to pan over here. Right over there. It's about a 19-foot long fishing ship. Fishing boat, I should say. This is how big this is. It's getting close enough to where I'm going to have to pan out a little bit. Once the McCaffrey finishes docking here, it will head back up to Lake Superior, and we'll either be headed back to the Duluth Superior ports or to Two Harbors, Minnesota. That's its primary pickup point. And kind of like the center for most of the Great Lakes shipping comes out of Minnesota. Now we have the rain starting to pick up pretty good here. And fortunately, I'm a little bit more of a fair weather type of person. So I'm gonna probably get a few more minutes of this. It is moving pretty quickly. We have the winds picking up too. Try as best as I can to block that out. This ship's engine, it's a diesel engine. Look up exactly what it was and how much horsepower, but I can't recall that at the moment. But they do have diesel engines. They're So this is a Saturday in December. Saturdays in December usually mean Christmas parties. I have one that I'll be attending later tonight. That's just a normal time there for the weekends through December in America. It's usually Fridays, so the weekends are filled with Christmas parties or Christmas, I guess you say, pageants and everything. Last night we were at one watching some little kids do a play. That's just the Christmas season in America, and just some of the many good things. I don't know if you have any of these all these Christmas traditions. For us, our family, the Christmas season starts right around Veterans Day, as that's usually when we decorate. And from Veterans Day on in, it's all Christmas for us. Ohio in particular is just a lot of the Christmas traditions here. One of the most famous Christmas movies there, Christmas Story, was filmed in Cleveland, Ohio, less than an hour from me. And the house where that was filmed is a museum set up in Cleveland. And there is also some other Christmas museums. They also have, through November, the IX Center in Cleveland also does a huge Christmas, I guess retailer showcase is more what it is, but it's a pretty neat Christmas tradition that a lot of us in Northeast Ohio have, going to that. I said, there's all the, as you get into December, it's all the Christmas parties, parades, and tree lighting ceremonies, all this kind of stuff. It is actually very wonderful. And I gotta say, while I love Christmas, or I love summertime weather and the 4th of July area, but this time of year, Christmas time, I'd say it's got to be my favorite. Once you get from from Veterans Day through the end of the year, is probably one of my favorite times. And that's what you say is the holiday season. It is currently the first day of Hanukkah as well. First full day of Hanukkah. It started yesterday. So happy Hanukkah to anyone, any of my Jewish friends watching, or any other Christians who celebrate that, as that is commonly recognized by Christians as well. Well, you have Veterans Day, November 11th. Then you have Thanksgiving, the last Thursday of the month. Then you usually have Hanukkah earlier in December. And then, of course, Christmas Day, the day after. The folks across the lake celebrate Boxing Day. And then you have, of course, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day to end the year and start the new year. And the McCaffrey is just starting to enter the mouth of the Conneaut Creek. I gotta say, just living along the Great Lakes, living in Conneaut, Ohio, is been such a blessing to me. It's such a beautiful place. You know, I retired from the Air Force, and I was stationed on part of the Great Lakes system at Selfridge Air National Guard Base. I was stationed on Lake St. Clair, where all the ships pass. I've been throughout the great state of Michigan, and this area is just one of the most beautiful areas of the world. And I gotta say, one of the things that makes it beautiful and fascinating are these ships. Lake Erie, I've talked about this before, but Lake Erie creates this microclimate, and some of the other Great Lakes have that too. It's called the lake, we call it the lake effect area, their snow belt, but it basically creates its own microclimate because it is so big. And as we're getting, say, some of the rain showers, these are lake effect. And we do have a front moving through as well. The lake will usually enhance fronts coming through because of its size. This little microclimate in the wintertime brings lots of snow. And the beginning of the winter and late fall, we'll be a little bit warmer because of the water. And in the spring, we'll usually be a little colder because the water will still be cold. And our temperature ends up kind of paralleling the water temperature of the lake. The ship is part of the way in. Other people pull up around watching the ship dock. Here in the background, I can hear the Pittsburgh and Conneaut docks are a very active place right now. I'm getting all the stuff ready for the McCaffrey to come in here. Again, there's quite a few other people down here. You might be able to hear them in the background, watching the ship dock as well. Usually this picnic table right over here is usually where I'll come stand. Today I chose to pop out the sunroof. I have unfortunately been bothered by other people while trying to do videos. So this way is a little bit harder for them to do that. So you see these piles here. These are limestone. Limestone's used in a lot of construction. So that makes this port pretty busy, especially it also has on the other side, it has the iron ore. You can see the seagulls follow along the ship because it stirs up the water. It will stir up fish and other items that the seagulls will gobble up. So these seagulls love it when the ships are docking. And as it's just about in, start to wrap things up. I got ships pulling away, or cars pulling away here. Some of the noise from other people. So anyway, I want to say thank you so very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Send this around. If you like this kind of stuff, please comment. If you didn't like it, comment. If you have any other ideas of things that you would like to see around this beautiful area, put that in the comments as well. I want to say again, Happy Hanukkah, say Merry Christmas. And I will be seeing you soon with some other videos. Very appreciative of you watching. Please hit that like button. Comment, even if you say Happy Hanukkah or Merry